For those of you who perhaps don't know me, I'm Gordon.
Christ, that's a few.
I'm Douglas's brother, and I was very privileged and honoured to be the best man at the wedding back in 1973. Also, earlier on this week, I do a wee bit on the lunch circuit, and on Monday I was invited to Alcoholics Anonymous to give them a little talk and to put them on the right way to go. Yesterday I was also very privileged to be invited to Gamblers Anonymous. Obviously with the Grand National today, you know, telling them not to put their money in, etc., and keep your money in your pocket. So for those of you who are hearing me for the third time this week, I do apologize. We did touch on Karen there, our sister from Canada, and lots of communication from her recently, but she sent a little message for me to read out tonight. So hi everyone, this is from Karen. Hi everyone, I'm sure many of you know me. How I wish I could be with you to celebrate 40 years of marriage, Lynn and Douglas. I never made 40 years with my first husband, and I will be 98 years old if I make it up to 70. It took her a wee while to work out the date, as she's just home from hospital after having had a new hip fitted. It's been quite a year for the Phillips children. As most of you probably know, Gordon broke his leg in November. So Douglas, you are the healthy one amongst us, so keep drinking the beer. Recently you embarked on a wonderful cruise, and now you are home to join all your family and friends at this wee party. My thanks to Graham and Claire for working so hard to make all this possible. Have a few wee drinks on me while I toast you with my tomato juice, as alcohol is taboo at the present. Happy anniversary, dear brother and wonderful sister-in-law, Lynn. That's from Karen in Canada. Also from Lisa McFarlane, which is Karen's daughter, our niece in Canada. Hi Douglas and Lynn, 40 years well done, that is amazing. I am sure it's full of happy memories. Perhaps I could remind you of one or two. In 1970, you were asked to look after us in Glasgow whilst Mum and Dad were off sunning themselves in the May. Douglas, you complained we watched too much television. And Lynn, we complained to you about how much mince you expected us to eat. We also remember pushing baby Keith about in his prams, and also listening to Billy Connolly tapes about men's willies and other things. In 1980, a very glamorous Aunt Lynn turned up in Canada with a hairstyle similar to Princess Diana. We were all enthralled. Do you know, Lynn, that unknowingly you exposed us to the British class system when you left a copy of Julie Cooper's book entitled Class? It was that good. Bear in mind, these three lassies were only 9 or 10 at the time. It was that good that we read it twice. Mum told us we were upper middle class. Is that right, Lynn? In 1990, we met up again. Lynn and Douglas, remember the wee holiday in Portugal? Which I recall Lynn complaining about the English people and their accents. Also, Graham suggested that we put bolsters in the bed, and Lynn would think everybody was tucked up in bed. And Graham and Lisa and Julie all popped out the window to sample the Portuguese nightlife at the ripe old age of 10, 11 or 12. Also, Douglas would pick up all his body hairs from the bath. So we were not embarrassed. As one of us is now married an Iranian, we're quite used to hair. Now we're into the year 2000 in Vancouver. Lynn and Douglas arrived with Graham and Claire, as well as Gordon and Anne, for Julie's wedding. The night before the wedding, Douglas treated us all to dinner, where I, Lisa, drank my own weight in wine, poured by Douglas, ably assisted by Graham. The next day was the wedding, and boy, what a hangover I had. In one of the hottest days of the year in Vancouver, to be bridesmaid at my sister's wedding, feeling like, shh, you know what? There was even an effing bagpiper wailing. Anyway, enough of past memories, except to say thank you for your company over all the past years, and many congratulations from the west coast of Canada. And just a quick one from Julie, who's the other half, all the Canadians are in here. I remember it was yesterday, all the family gathering here in Vancouver for the wedding. Well, that was 10 years ago. Today I'm celebrating 10 years of married bliss, while you in Scotland are celebrating 40 years of married bliss, or I hope it has been bliss for you. We are really thrilled for you, and Saturday lunchtime which will be the evening with you. So it's lunchtime in Canada at the moment. We'll be at Mum's house, complete with our new hit, and we'll surround ourselves with all things Scottish and have a few wee hoots and think about you all. Love from Julie, Cam, Sophia, and Isabel. I've got a few memories myself. Going back, I do remember the actual wedding, which was all seasons in one day. Those of you who were fortunate enough to be there, it rained, it snowed, the sun shone, and the wind howled. It was quite a day. Anyway, it must have been a success.
Just like marriage,
later, we're here today. So a quick resume of the last 40 years. Very quick. The first house was in Waterfoot, and the arrival of Graham in '74 was quickly followed by Claire in January '76, and I hope I've got the dates right, Graham and Claire. Right. '76, they moved down to a new house in Giffnock, which was their pride and joy, and Douglas built an extension. In '81, triggered by a move to Aberdeen, Douglas had to go there to be closer to the North Sea oil industry, which he was now carving out a career in, with a company called Lloyd's Register, and Lynn started work as a practice nurse in the local surgery. 25 years were spent in the Granite City, which they very quickly made new friends, and the children were educated. In Graham's case, his subjects were varied. Rosalind and Douglas, a few wee headaches and sleepless nights. All that is in the past.
Misunderstood.
And the kids still live in Aberdeen today, which Douglas once described as wonderful, as Lynn, the money lender, has now moved to Ayr. So the bank is closed. Douglas retired, and the two of them decided on a relocation to the west coast. And as Alison and myself live here, Alison being Lynn's sister, and obviously I'm Douglas's brother, to live in Ayr. Ayr seemed like a good place to be. And just to end to my little talk, I've penned a little ditty, as I generally do. On a sunny, blustery day back in '73, a wee wedding was to be. In Shawlands, a suburb of the great city, in a church by the school, Lynn and Douglas were joined by holy matrimony, with a best man who was a bit of a fool. At first, Douglas was a sailor away in voyages on the high sea. Lynn said, "Not for me, I want you home for your tea." After leaving the sea, a landlubber he did well, so Lynn could have her supper with nuptials as well. Into their house in Waterfoot, it was not long before the family took root. Along came Graham and Claire. Douglas said that was enough for any fairer to dare. Off to Giffnock to another house with a nice wee park at the back. Not big enough for us all, Douglas said, as a matter of fact. So out came the pick and the shovel. It was now time to enlarge on this new hovel. Soon an extra room took shape. Blood, sweat and tears were running down his neck. All was built with wonderful precision. When business said, "We have an offer for you, but it involves a difficult decision." Off to Aberdeen we did go. The Granite City was where they had to go. A wee hoose in Airy Hall. This will day is fine. The clans were going to have a ball. 25 years later in retirement looms in the horizon. A move to Ayr. Times for a change, let's you. Sorry. 25 years later in retirement looms in the horizon. Time for a change. Let's you and I be the wise one. A move to Ayr, and that will be that. Douglas carried Lynn over the mat. This is the last move, he said, and he started to build his new shed. No more houses as it'll last. Next move will be in a box with a mast. Memories of the sea of his past. 40 years on, and here we are, still going strong with golf as his par. Lynn plays bridge every week and tells Douglas about 3 no trumps. When he rolls over and he says, "I prefer rumpy bumps." To my brother and sister-in-law, thanks for your company over all the years I look back in awe. May you have many more years together, and it will not be long until the golden one is upon us. And once again, we will all meet here for another wee blether. Thank you very much.